I have a major announcement to make. CostCertified now has scheduling. Let me show you how it works.
I'm going to do a deep dive into our new scheduler feature. First step would be to go to the company settings. From the company settings, there's a new section, schedule settings. There are two fields in here, working days and working hours. So I have Sunday and Saturday checked off, meaning I don't work the weekends. As well, my general working hours are from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. If you update these settings, it'll automatically adjust the schedule. So now when you're trying to add work or items to Saturday or Sunday, it will automatically bump the item over to the following Monday. Once you've done that, you can go to your pipeline. We show the scheduler for all stages of the estimate, quote, or project. So all pending proposals that have been saved, you can view a schedule, as well booked and in progress. So in this example, I have a bathroom renovation. The bathroom renovation includes all the items and assemblies I would need to complete a bathroom reno. Within each item, there are some core fields that we need to be filled out in order for a more accurate scheduler to be produced. The first one will be construction stage. You will need to make sure that the item is added to the correct stage. This has been set to a required field, so any new items going forward will need this. But there are previously created items that you may have to go back and update. If I scroll down, if you set a default subcontractor or vendor, that vendor will automatically be assigned to that item. Well, if you check off materials included and labor included, then this item will be added to the material list for that stage, and a labor item will be added to the Gantt chart. If I scroll further down, there is a field called estimated labor hours. So the system will backwards calculate and estimate how long this item would take. So this bathroom vanity light is estimated to take about 30 minutes to install for each light. And that is based on labor rate, quantity, and dimension. Once you've added all the necessary information for each item, then you can switch to the schedule view. The schedule view will automatically create a project schedule. It will tally up all the items' hour estimates to figure out a rough estimate of how long each stage will take. As well, it will compile all the material items into a material list. Click on the stage bar, you will receive the stage modal. From here, you can see all the labor and material items, and you can edit them, as well remaining time, dates, and completion. If I click on the material list, you can again mark the item as paid, has it been ordered, and has it been assigned to a supplier. From the labor item view, you can assign it, you can assign a status, is it being worked on, is it completed? You can set the working days, assign a priority, stage, and you can include any internal notes that might be useful for the vendor or internal user to see when they're assigned to these items. Creating the scheduler, we also create these auto dependency links. So this is saying that rough HVAC has to be completed before rough plumbing can be started. You can always delete these dependencies, but based on the predecessors you've set for each stage, they are automatically assumed. Also create any other dependencies that you may want. Clicking on this small little circle beside the stage and dragging it then to the following stage that you want to create the relationship between. If you double click on the dependency, you can then delete it. Material list cannot be edited based on its duration. You can edit the stage's duration, which will automatically update the material list. The labor items, you can manually update the start and end dates if you want to get really specific to the schedule for each labor item. You can increase the length of the stage to allow for lead time between stages. So now this is saying that there's approximately 4 working days between rough HVAC and rough plumbing door venting install that you want to allot for whatever needs to be done. As well as the Gantt overall schedule view, you have a resource view. So when you assign any of your vendors or internal users to each item, the resource tab section is automatically updated. So here you can quickly see the total workload for each assignee. As well, if there are any scheduling conflicts, the box will be yellow to signify that there is a scheduling conflict that probably needs to be addressed. You can go up here and expand all items to see all the items and material lists in each stage. Mouse over, there are tooltips which give all the basic information you will need for each section. As well, for the material list, the tooltip will automatically update and show you the status as well if the item has been paid. So at a glance, you can quickly see what you need to order. Company settings, working days. If I try to drag this stage over onto the Saturday, it'll bump it back, or if I try to drag it across, it'll bump it forward. It's because these gray days are marked as your non-working days, so the schedule will automatically update. Going over the top buttons here, you can collapse the column view to have more of larger Gantt view. You can collapse the resources or assignee view. You can go to today's current date. You can switch the intervals if you want a month overview, a quarter, or back to a week. If you want more of a calendar schedule view, you can switch to the day, which then you can see hour by hour what's being worked on. There's undo and redo in case you've made a mistake and want to revert. You can group the items based on project, which is the default, priority, or assignee. So this is another way to quickly see who is working on what. Put it back to project, which is the default. You have filters at the top here. So you can filter by status. You can filter by priority. You can filter by assignee. So this is another quick way to see who is working on what. On the left here, you'll see the published button. When you switch to draft, which it is automatically set to, no notifications are sent out when you make changes. As soon as you switch the schedule over to published, the notifications will be sent out to all assignees when a project is updated. If you were to a stage and there's assignees to any of these labor items on any of the stages down the line, they will automatically be updated of the changes. As well, if the schedule is published and you add assignees, they'll be notified that they have been assigned to new items. Within these notifications, there is a View Schedule button, which allows them to access their own portal of CostCertified and see what they are assigned to and have to work on. This is what that looks like. So from here, they can see based grouped by project, what labor items they've been assigned to, the start and end date, the address, and any internal notes you added to the labor items. They can filter based on month, week, or even quarter. As well, if they have a lot of projects on the go, they can filter based on project. Any of the material item updates you make in here will be reflected in the material list tab. You can as well download the schedule as a PDF or PNG. And that is an overview of the project schedule. If I switch to the company schedule, you can quickly see what projects you have on the go. On the left here, you can see the status of the project, whether it's booked, in progress, or pending. You can click on the client and see all the client details, as well as the schedule status. This is important because from here, this is where you would update your project start date. So if this project needs to be moved to a Monday, you drag the bar and now that project start date has become the Monday the 23rd. If you drag a project that has been set to published, automatically anybody assigned within that project will be notified of the schedule changes because you've changed the project start date, so then all stages and labor items will be rescheduled. It's important to note that. From here, you can quickly see where all your projects line up throughout the year. If you click on a project, you'll be redirected to that project schedule view. And this is where you can really get into the fine details of that project schedule. And I think that's it. I think those are the main details that you will need to know when working with the project schedule. We are always looking to improve this feature. So if you have any feedback, feel free to reach out to your customer success or anybody at the CostCertified team. We look forward to hearing your feedback. Thank you.